Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth ever Uncultured new episode. Today we are talking about anime, all the weeaboo's favorite. We are joined by Rishwan.
Hi,
Rishwan, say something.
I don't know anything
Okay.
about anime.
Yeah, he's in the blind here. And then we have our pseudo weeb, I guess, Gominza, Mr. Joseph.
Is it now?
Mr. Joseph. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
okay, and we have our ultra weeaboo, also known as a women weeaboo, Hannan. Hannan, say hi.
I just want to clarify, I'm not a weeb. That's it.
she's lying. She's lying. Okay, so okay, so Hannan's going to do most of the talking this episode because of her expertise in this subject. So let's just get on with it. Hannan, what is anime? Explain it to Rishwan.
Okay, so if you don't already know, anime is basically a type of animation or cartoon that is specifically made in Japan. So there are popular shows like Avatar, The Last Airbender, Legend of Aang. That one is not considered an anime, although a lot of people do, because it was made in the US, but it really isn't. So
Okay, so
also
anime is
bunch
just
of-
purely based on location. Is that it?
not exactly.
I
It's just
mean-
made in Japan because there are animes based in different countries. It's just that the animes are basically made in Japan, made by the Japanese, basically.
Okay, so it's
I
a
guess
stylistic
it-
preference, I
But
guess.
isn't an anime like Vinland Saga? Do you know Vinland Saga?
Yeah.
That was made by Amazon Prime in the US, right? So isn't that considered? It's still an anime, right?
That depends, because I've heard of it, and I know it by
Yeah.
the end of once it's fully finished being animated, it's gonna be one of the most iconic, I guess. But I don't really know about it much, because if it was based on a manga that was made in Japan, then it's an anime, I guess.
Okay. So it's basically Japanese animation,
Yeah.
right? If you
Yeah.
were to phrase it in a more simple way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, so
today-
wait, I have a question. Why watch anime?
yeah.
I mean, what makes a
And I-
Japanese animation so different from every other type of animation?
Hannan
Okay.
and Mixer, this is not my
What
area
you
of
want?
expertise.
I'm gonna just say
Who
this.
goes first?
Okay, wait. You can say whatever you want. Let me just think it through.
Alright, I think a lot of people generally watch anime. I guess it's because of the production quality. And you gotta admit, some of the animations are really nice, and there are all kinds of genres out there, all the way from action to horror, romance, comedy, and many more. I guess it is very versatile, and there are bound to be some that piques certain people's interests at this point.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anime, there are a lot of different genres and different kinds of anime. There are kinds where it's more suited towards an older audience, and some that are more targeted towards younger audiences, and kid ones. Obviously, we all know Doraemon.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
popular in these
Damn,
parts.
Doraemon. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
for young kids. And then there are some that are kind of teenagers, for tweens, and then also those targeted towards an older audience. So it's very versatile, really versatile, and it's better. Okay, I wouldn't say it's better, but the content usually is much more deep and just kind of better than other sitcoms and shows like people be bashing on anime and then they watch 13 Reasons Why and Riverdale. Sis, that ain't it,
Yeah, I agree with that. It's in real life production can sometimes be like shunned down if you're comparing it to a good anime. it's
Yeah.
actually it holds a much higher standard than like a taping of a in real life show because of the production quality. It's insane. The budgets for these things, like it's near movie budget sometimes
Yeah.
for the production studio. Yeah. So I guess that's a good thing. That's one pro of anime, I guess. You get that, Rishan?
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, anime just feels like this whole new subculture of like video if you look at it. But how does one, like, say me, who's never really properly sat down and watched the series, how does one get into it since it's like so big? It's like someone just saying, okay, I've never watched a movie before, recommend me a movie. How would you recommend
Yeah.
me, someone who doesn't know any anime? How do I get into it?
Okay, so like when it comes to that, I think you just have to first of all know someone who watches anime, you know? Someone who's cultured.
But you're
Mhm.
in luck.
I feel insulted
He's
already.
cultured. Oh shit.
Okay, but never mind.
I mean that like with no offense. But basically you kind of also have to like have an idea in mind, like what kind of like genre you would prefer. Because obviously
Yeah,
when it comes
exactly.
like normal movies and stuff, there are genres as well. So if you like action and like something comedic, then you can just like make like you can limit your choices of what to watch, you know?
So I guess you could say that any genre you
But I
find
think
in traditional like animation or traditional movies, you would find in anime, correct?
Yeah, basically, pretty much.
but
But I would say like the content
like
is like
these days isn't it like I feel like anime is divided into is it more of an action anime or is it more of a storytelling anime? Isn't that like the general distinction? Like how people categorize them?
I can't really say that because it's honestly it depends because sometimes the manga is like really really amazing, but then just the anime adaptation isn't as good, you know? So it's hard to say. It's hard to compare them. But I guess you also
Right.
have to know, you also should know like the top 3 animes. Like this is like the big 3. And it's based on popularity and sales of like the manga itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, like the top 3 would be Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. That's like you can't argue
Yeah.
with.
But
That's
those are
not
like
debatable.
those
I
are
agree with you.
Exactly.
it
Well,
was
I
just
think
like
they
not
have to
well
rush
received.
20
Yeah.
plus episodes into a movie. Kind of understandable at this point.
Yeah. True. Okay, so for today, what we're going to do is we have a list of 6 different animes, but we're only going to talk about 5 because one of them is I'll try and elaborate if we have the time.
Questionable.
Okay, but yeah. So what we're going to do is Hanan's going to give a analysis of each one of them, and Rishwan is going to decide whether which one he's going to start with, and me and Minza, we're going to basically pile on to either shit on it or we're going to talk more good stuff about it, depending on whether we like it or not, our personal experiences. And in
Right.
the end
So
goal is
sway
to
me.
make Rishwan choose one of these. Okay, so for the listeners now, this list consists of Attack on Titan, Mob Psycho 100, One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, and Doctor Stone. So let's start with
We're gonna
Attack
start
on
with
Titan. Let's start.
Oh, that went
Yeah.
well.
Attack on
No.
Titan. Yeah.
out of like all the choices, the examples, Attack on Titan to me is like my personal favorite. It's very
It's OG. It's in that, but it's not that OG. It's just it revolutionized what anime meant because it hit a worldwide like scale, right?
in a way, exactly. So when it comes to Attack on Titan, Rishvan,
Okay.
explain to you. So the plot is very, very like intricate and it's very detailed. There's a lot of things going on in the anime, but basically Attack on Titan is about these people, they live in a world where they live in walls, you know,
In walls?
and they can't exactly, yeah, in walls. So they're
Right. So there's like 3 walls.
Yeah.
And all of humanity is inside these 3 walls. So there's the outer wall, which is wall Sina. Wall Maria is the outer wall. Yeah, wall Rose is the middle one, and then wall Sina is the innermost wall.
Yeah. So the reason why they live in these walls, I'm gonna explain in a way that I don't want to like spoil it too much. But basically,
Right.
there are titans. They're basically these giant people who eat humans. So to stay safe, they have to.
So
Yeah,
that's why they're
yeah.
in these walls?
Yeah.
To protect
Yes,
themselves from
yes.
titans?
Exactly. Yeah. So the show goes off this premise that one day, like in the first episode, this isn't a spoiler because this is literally what Attack on Titan is known about.
Okay.
The first episode itself, basically the Titans managed to breach Wall Maria, and yeah, all hell broke loose. That's how the story kicks off.
Yeah. And so this one kid, Aaron, basically, you know, his mom got eaten,
The main character.
stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
main
yeah, the protagonist. Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a lot of blood and gore in this. But it's known for its action, I feel like.
Yes. It's a bit gory in the sense that obviously they're being eaten.
Yeah.
In that sense. But
Right.
yeah, so
But
like
the storytelling wise is actually really good.
Yeah, it's complicated. A lot of people can't seem to grasp it for some reason.
Yeah.
But if you pay attention, it's not that difficult. But it is very intricate.
Right. So I guess this
Yeah.
is something you need to sit down and like watch through from start to finish to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right?
And also
Yeah.
the thing that really drives the show's premise, I guess, is like this is also not a spoiler, I guess, because it's part of the show's identity that humans can transform the Titans as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So there are there are these shifters. They're called Titan shifters. So there are some characters in the show that are Titan shifters, but you won't know until you watch them. So you have to keep on questioning yourself. So like there are people inside the walls who can transform themselves into Titans. And that's how they fight back against the Titans that are coming from outside the wall. Because they have an ally, which is the Titan. You get it?
Right. So now this gives
Yeah.
the show's like name some meaning.
Yes. So so this is how the show progresses.
I don't know how to explain this, but to put it simply, it's basically the main character. I think this is like okay to say. He hated Titans, you know? Like it's one of those shows where he ends up becoming the thing he hates. That's like the whole premise.
Okay, that was pretty deep.
Yeah. It's similar to Death Note in a way.
Yeah.
Because like
in a way.
know, he's becoming the thing he hated.
Yeah.
Wait, I think we should explain what a Titan is. I think we just cover what
it's just a large naked human being that doesn't have any genitals.
They don't have genitals, they don't have like any reproductive systems or anything.
Nothing.
They just have this urge to eat humans.
That's an interesting detail.
Yeah.
We should now.
We can talk about this more in depth in another episode, like why this happened, because the Hajime Isayama, the creator, actually he actually gave a really good, like intricate explanation of why he chose these monsters. So once Rishwan is done watching Attack on Titan, we can actually talk about that.
Wait, when are you actually done watching an anime? Is like this anime like finished, or are there still new episodes?
When you run out of episodes to watch.
Yeah, there's only for now 3 seasons, but
there's a 4th season coming out.
Coming out soon in like a little over 2
December.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when
And
an
it's so
anime
hype.
is gonna have a end season, you're gonna have to check out their manga, which is the original source of the animation. Anyway.
I
Yeah, but if you read the manga, you're spoiling the anime. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I'm honestly done with people spoiling because I know basically everything that's gonna happen.
I really hate that.
Yeah. But like I'm okay
Reading
with
manga
it.
is
Either way.
cool. Read out first.
Okay, but Rishi, what I have to like tell you is that Attack on Titan is one of the most popular animes up to date
Yeah, yeah.
because of like
That's
the
no
quality.
question.
Yeah, not only is the animation amazing,
Quality of production.
the quality of the production as well as like the writing and the content itself is like
Yeah.
freaking
The
amazing. Very well written.
Character development, yeah. Like it's a show that even though you turn it off, you can still remember the characters' names, you know? So that's how like intricate these character designs are. They're actually memorable. And it's such a gory show that you'll actually feel bad when most of them die.
Yeah, I think that's something that's important in anything you
that's-
watch. If you
yeah.
can like connect with whatever you're seeing. Sounds
The-
like a good anime to start with.
Right, yeah.
Like the one tip I have if you want to watch Attack on Titan is not to get too attached to any character.
To the characters.
That's
Yeah.
all I have to say, dude. That's the one thing you have to know.
Yeah. No spoilers. Just don't get too attached.
Okay.
I won't spoil this, but I'll just say that some of the characters you like might actually die in the future, so be prepared.
I already know who's gonna
Yeah.
die. I'm
Yeah.
sad already.
Right, don't tell me. This is something I need to watch.
I don't spoil.
Yeah,
we won't spoil,
true.
but it's a character that we'll like. I think.
Oh yeah, and the
probably.
characters are all very complex.
Okay.
Right, so
So
this will take time.
okay, so that
But it's worth it.
Titan.
It's really worth it.
Yeah, it is worth it. I agree. Okay, let's move on to the second anime that
Right, so how do you
it was
convince me to
truly a
start watching a
revolution.
different anime first?
Sorry,
But
what?
okay, before
no,
we go
this
to
one-
that, I
this
have
one's
another
an
question.
exception.
Like,
Jesus,
Yeah.
at once.
What is it?
yeah, here's the thing. Like, do you guys watch like one anime and just watch it till the end, or do you have like multiple series that you watch like concurrently?
A little bit of both,
I s-
honestly. I love binging,
Oh,
but at the same time, I have a lot of animes that I'm not caught up to yet because like I used to watch them a long time ago, and they're only like recently being updated, so it's hard to keep
Ooh.
up, kind of.
how about you, Mingza?
But it's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
I
so
think it's situational. Sometimes anime they are releasing a new season. If you watch it too fast, you end up catching up to the whole thing, but they haven't released the whole season yet. So you're gonna have to find another anime just to keep yourself busy.
Yeah. I think I don't watch two shows at once. When I started anime, I actually watch it till I'm done with that. I won't touch another like series, I guess.
Right, so it's all about preference. I guess I gotta find like what
Yeah.
works for me, but let's just talk about the other animes first.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
true.
second anime was like it was revolutionary. It was on the same level of Attack on Titan, even though Attack on Titan was like an international hit. This anime really, it was like I don't know. There's no words that can explain. Okay, so this anime is called One Punch Man. So Hannan, elaborate.
Okay. So when it comes to like One Punch Man and Mob Psycho and Dr. Stone, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, I can't really say too much because I'm not someone who watches those shows like religiously.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I think I should explain.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
Or Mingza, do you want to explain, or do you want me to explain?
You're better.
All right. You'll do Dr. Stone then, I guess.
Nah,
Right.
Dr.
So
Stone,
One
I'll do
Punch
Demon
Man,
Slayer.
right? This one. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you watch that like you bow down to that shit every day. Like
Yeah, I read the manga. I know
Okay,
the ending
so-
of the entire story.
oh god.
Go on,
Okay,
go on, go on.
so One Punch Man, yeah, it was revolutionary because it like people who didn't watch anime still watched One Punch Man, even though they hated and like this would say that I hate nerds and stuff like that, and then they'll be caught watching One Punch Man.
Yes.
Whoa.
It's so dumb because it's just that good of a show. So the premise is there's this guy, his name is Saitama, right? And basically he trained what was the training like 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and 100 kilometer 10-kilometer run every single day for a year. Is it? Was it a year? I forgot.
I think it's more than that, right?
I feel like yeah, more than that. Yeah. So he did this rigorous training like for so long to the point that he lost all of his hair, all of his personality, and
Yeah.
he kills everything in one punch.
One punch. So that's
Like,
One
when
Punch
the
Man.
monster, so he's like the embodiment of what a god superhero would be like. Like even Superman was considered a god of mankind, but One Punch Man, like Saitama, he's like the true god, Like he's so powerful that he kills everything with one punch. Literally any monster that attacks the city, he just one punches them. Like he just has to swing his fist. And if it touches them, like if it comes into contact with a monster, they just die instantly.
Right, but
And
surely
although
there
that might
must be a
sound
catch,
amazing,
right?
so what happened was,
Yeah, that was.
no, there's no catch.
But like, can
The
he beat
thing is,
Goku though?
I guess what if you... Oh, yeah, I had to, like...
I hate
we
that
have to
question.
wait for the crossover, I guess.
But like, there must be
That
asked.
would be another question. That was another question.
What is it?
Yeah.
Can he beat Goku though?
Yeah?
Yeah,
I
that's
honestly
another
hate it
question.
when people ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so, but what happens is he has become so powerful that he has lost the drive for fighting. He doesn't know
Yeah,
what,
there is a catch flag for his power.
like that exhilarating feel.
Yeah, this was the catch for his power, man.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense because like if you could kill anyone, like where's the difficulty?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it follows the story is about how he tries and finds, that spark of battle. He wants to revitalize himself in this, like feeling like great again. Once fighting an opponent that actually doesn't kill him in like that he doesn't kill in one punch. He's trying to look to that, but it just doesn't happen. So the story
Right.
goes, and the way they make up for this is the comedic elements of the show is amazing. It's known for its comedy. Like he's a superhero
Yeah.
that kills everyone in one punch. Like how every other TV show, like modern day TV show, whatever anime or like whatever Western TV show, Western superhero adaptation, or whatever it may be, right? It's about this person who, like, let's say Spider-Man. It's a normal guy. He got bitten by a spider. He gets his spider powers. He has to learn how to control them. Okay, and then like maybe Wolverine or the X-Men or stuff like that. They're born with their powers, but they need to master their powers. It's like a story of how they became such a good superhero and what are their weaknesses, like that. But One Punch Man just said, no, okay? Like, no one gives a shit about that. So just let this guy, like, he's invincible, like, he can't die, and he just one hits everything. Nothing survives One Punch Man. And he's become so powerful that it's boring to him now.
So I'm
And that's how
guessing
the show
he's trying to
proceeds.
find an
Its comedic
alternative,
element is amazing.
like an alternative personality in life, right? Or like another purpose.
No.
Is
Instead
that
of
okay?
other purpose in life, he's trying to revitalize that battle instinct in him. He wants to get back that feeling of, like fighting. And there's also like this aspect of being a hero that for like before he joined, like there are other heroes also, but like before he joined the hero, like becoming a hero, So what happened was basically like he would do his hero duties, quote unquote, like as a hobby, like nothing more than just a hobby. Killing villains for him was just a hobby. Like if there were disturbance to him, or if there was something that like could destroy his whole city, he'll just walk up to that place and then just one punch the dude and then he'll die. Yeah. So
I mean,
the
it
comedic
sounds
element of the show
so
is second
easy.
to none. Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds easy, but it's actually really entertaining. So the way they make up for it is like they make the opponents beat the shit out of him. But even though he doesn't feel anything, he just still tries and dodges. Like he's trying to get that feeling of being in an exhilarating battle. He's just
Intentionally
trying to, like,
making it like
relive
he's
those
he's
moments.
struggling.
Yeah, and then but in the end, he always just kills them with one punch, and it's
I think-
incredibly entertaining. There's 2
I think-
seasons of the show.
Is
Yeah.
there going to be a third?
Yeah, next year. One Punch Man is always hype because
Yeah,
it's so dumb. It's truly like it's on par with Attack on Titan in terms of hype. I don't think
Oh,
there's other
sure.
like and Demon Slayer, I guess.
True. Okay.
It's
Right. Okay. So we've talked about a deep anime, and we've talked about something with like a comedic
Okay.
element. What's next?
yeah. Next we have Demon Slayer. So Mingze, take it away.
Yeah, the next anime we're gonna talk about is Demon Slayer. It's kind of like your casual, I would say maybe like a apocalyptic zombie type of anime, but instead of zombies, you get this thing called demons. Although they are demons, I do rather say they are more closely related to vampires, but they use the term demons, so I guess I mean. So basically, what a demon is it's basically like a ghoul-like creature that dies when it comes in contact with the sunlight or being cut off by some sort of special blade made
Mhm.
from a certain mountain. So basically, the plot is about the main character Tanjiro. He was just an ordinary boy living peacefully with his family of, I guess I remember it was around
5,
6 or
5.
7.
Is it?
Five.
No, his
I
dad
had quite a few siblings.
wasn't.
His dad, his
Yeah.
mother, he has 3 sisters, was it? And then 1 brother.
Yeah.
I think.
Was it 2 sisters? Yeah, around that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just living his ordinary life. But then one day, his home was destroyed by a certain demon. And it also turned his little sister to become a demon itself.
Oh, so it became
And I'm not exactly
personal.
gonna spoil much, but it's basically one of those zero to hero type of anime where the main character has a purpose in his life or the things he's doing. I'm guessing he's here to get revenge in layman's term. He's trying to get revenge for the demon responsible for killing his family.
He's like
Yeah, that kind of sums up the
trying to
anime.
turn his sister back into a human, you know?
Ah, right. So
Yeah,
that's
that
the
too.
whole anime. Trying to find out as much as he can about demons
Yeah,
to.
it's
The start of the anime. But if like okay, I think this one is okay to say because that one not vampire, why did I say vampire? That one demon is basically responsible for like all those like demons coming to life, you know? So obviously he's evil, and another thing that Tanjiro has to do is basically to get rid of that demon. To like save
right.
everyone, basically. Yeah. It's kind of like an average, like a
yeah.
normal.
So we can just say the name. It's Kibutsuchi Musa.
Yes, it's Michael Jackson. He.
Yeah. It's
Wait, what?
Michael Jackson.
That's a
What?
He kind of
He
looks
looks like
like
one.
Michael Jackson.
Okay, so this is interesting.
But I will say this. Okay, this might get me like cancelled or something. But it wasn't. It's not mine. It's not like my opinion. I saw someone say that Demon Slayer is a 7 out of 10 anime, but with like 12 out of 10 production. The animation itself is so freaking beautiful and amazing. Like, it's literally gorgeous. But
Yeah.
the plot is kind of average.
It's
You
not
know?
as dense
Kinda
of a story as Attack on Titan
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. It's
But
a
it
very
is-
generic plot line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
again,
I
like
think-
good
but it
animation
is
will
very
make
good. It's
anything very
executed.
watchable.
Exactly. It's really
But is
It's
it
kind of good for beginners. I mean, it's straightforward. There's like
Yeah.
nothing intricate about it. It's just a straightforward plot of a guy getting revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like something
And
that's
tells
easy to get into.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
easy to
immediately
watch.
when you start watching, you'd be rooting for the hero to, like, you know, take down the demons and whatnot. It feels like something that's,
Exactly.
it's like an easy
There's
landing.
no.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But-
not like a major plot twist based anime. You know,
True, yeah.
it's not like that.
Yeah. It's simple.
It's not like Attack
simple
on
and
Titan,
straightforward.
because Attack on Titan uses the because the moment you start watching the show, you know that humans can transform into the Titans because of what happens in the first few episodes. But then what happens is that there are more humans that can transform into Titans. So you are always like, they use that as a plot twist element because you won't know who can transform into a Titan and just destroy everything.
One of the main themes of Attack on Titan is basically to like question who the villain and who the hero actually is. You know?
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
just
But
that
for Demon Slayer, it's
that
just
one. It's
you know
straightforward.
the villain.
Yeah, you just know. It's straight up. It's like
Yeah.
that. But I will say though, I didn't expect Demon
Yes,
Slayer to
exactly.
be as like gory as I thought. It's really fun and lighthearted, but at the same time, it's kind of like gory in a way because those demons eat humans as well.
I guess gore sounds like a very common
So it-
theme in most like popular animes. Am I right?
Not exactly.
Really,
Not exactly.
in a sense, it really depends because
Yeah.
AOT Attack on Titan is like it's meant to be gory, and
Mhm.
Demon Slayer is in a category of anime known as shonen. So the shonen animes are the ones that are like based off like
Action.
Japanese samurais and katanas and stuff. Yeah, those are called shonen anime. It's around that period of time where the Japanese use katana stuff to fight. So you call those types of anime the shonen animes. So
Yeah.
this is a shonen that has been done really well, and it's also gory in a way.
Shonen
Right.
are also like targeted towards like younger male audiences usually.
Yeah. It's nowhere near as gory as Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we can agree on that.
But I
Yeah,
was
that's
actually
true.
kind of
Yeah.
surprised watching it. I was like, what the? Okay. I didn't expect that. But it was still really like
Yeah,
Yeah,
what do you
true,
expect
true.
from Demon Slaying?
But it is
All right. So
short.
the next
It's not
anime.
that long. So it's okay to watch. Easy. It's easy to watch.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
It's
good
easy to watch.
beginner anime.
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's like straightforward. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay, so the next one is a rather weird anime. It's known as Doctor Stone. So this is a very new anime. It came out last year, 4 episodes, and it is unlike any other anime ever created.
Yeah, yep.
So who
Forever.
wants to
A
explain?
whole new
Hannan,
anime.
We'll let you. Yeah, it's like a whole new genre of anime.
Mm.
No other anime has done this before. So Hannan, you explain.
No, I think Musa should take this one. I've already explained a lot for the others.
All right, but I'll just briefly explain and then we can pile on. So, Dr. Stone is about, in a specific day, I think, I'm not sure if the exact date is still unclear, but an anomaly occurs in the world that turns all living humans into stone.
Ooh, okay.
In the modern world, okay? Like imagine 2020, and then now imagine everyone being turned to stone.
Well, I mean, it's 2020. I could
So-
probably see that happening.
Oh shit.
Maybe someone crossed the rainbow. I found Medusa.
Okay, so what happens is all of humanity is turned to stone, and like because everyone has been turned to stone, so like nothing is functioning. Like all productivity in the world just stops, and then nature starts to take its toll because no one is moving. Everyone is stone. Everyone has turned into a stone statue. So all the buildings start crumbling, the airplanes all start crashing, and like towers, like as time goes on, then towers all start toppling, and like nature starts to grow back, like, and then 3,700 years later,
That's
the
a
protagonist
specific
is
number.
woken up. Yeah, it's 3,700 years later. Okay, so the main premise of the show is, and basically, when he wakes up, humanity is at its stone age because everything has been reverted. There's no modern technology because like the entire world has been encompassed by like forests and stuff. There's
All
no
right,
more
so it's like
technology.
basically
There's
the
no more
world's
buildings.
restarting again.
Yep. I know
Yes,
people.
yes, exactly. And the protagonist wakes up. And the thing about this guy, the protagonist, so his name is Shigami Senku, but like his alias is basically Senku. So this guy, he's such like a big brain. He's like Google waking up, like while he was in stone form, he remained conscious for 3,700 years, and he counted every single second. Then when he woke up, he divided the seconds into years, and then he knew that he was 3,700 years apart from the previous time. Like
But being
when he was
conscious while
frozen.
not being able to
That's
do
how smart
anything,
of a
that's
yeah,
that's
I know. So it's like how it's basically how he starts from nothing. Like humanity starts from Stone Age, and he's the only human alive, and how he starts to rebuild civilization based on all of the scientific knowledge that he has. So it goes into this
Ooh.
really sciencey. It's a really sciencey. It's like it's scientifically, it's actually accurate. That's the craziest thing about the show. Like
So
there
that
was a
sounds
scene where this like Senku, like he wants to make a bomb, so like for like purposes that he wants to use the bomb. So what happened was like they were actually telling the recipe how to create the bomb, and then suddenly there was a disclaimer on screen that said, "Do not try this at home because this is actually a bomb's recipe."
that could
Like
work.
that's how scientifically accurate. Yeah, like it actually would work. That's how scientifically accurate the show is.
Right,
So any
right. That
details
sounds
you
like
guys want to
something.
add?
I know what I'm doing tomorrow morning.
What?
Making a bomb.
Let's go by the headlines.
Oh shit. She learned this from Dr. Stone. And it's basically like him like trying to rebuild civilization as we know it, turn it back into a scientific world. It's 2 billion years of humanity, and he wants to bring it all back using the knowledge, his immense scientific knowledge that he has. And I would say it's actually a really good show. Like it's more of a story-based show, and it's not
There's
too
a
much
lot of
of
hype
action.
surrounding it, because like the manga
Yeah.
was very popular and
Really
very,
good, yeah.
so there's
Yeah,
like
but
a lot of expectations for it.
I mean, the
And if
concept
you
sounds
even,
really
I
interesting.
would say, yeah, like no other medium explored that concept before. Not even Western movies. There was
Yeah.
no, yeah. It had this amazing concept, and it actually delivered really well. That's why it was so well received, and it's so hyped because the second season is coming up, right? When is the? Does anyone know? Any ultra weeaboos here?
I'm not a weeb, so
I take that back. When's the second? What is it?
I hit
It's,
maybe next year, but it's a maybe.
Next year.
yeah, January, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's a maybe.
and it's so hype. because the first season was such a success.
Right. And since it's only one season, sounds like something I could get stuck into really quick.
Yeah, but it's 24 episodes. It's one season, but it's 24 episodes. So it's no different than watching a 2-season anime that's 13 episodes each.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's not
animes
much.
are usually like what, 13, 12 episodes
Yeah,
per
12,
season?
13 episodes per
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, per season.
Yeah, around, yeah.
But
Basically.
Doctor Stone
Wow.
was 24 because it was meant to be a one-season anime. That's why it went to like 24 episodes. But then it was so well received that they
There
decided
had to be a
continue
second
on.
one.
Yeah, it was the
Uh-huh.
same thing with Attack on Titan. Like the first season, there's a lot more episodes than the other season.
Right, right. Okay. This sounds really tempting to me.
Yeah, Doctor
I
Stone is
knew you
actually
would
really
like
good.
this
You guys
one.
have anything?
Yeah, the scientific geek Dr. Stone is
Yeah.
kind of right up the
Nice
alley
nerd.
at this point.
Yeah,
Right.
you would.
Nerd.
It does comedy well. It doesn't do action well. In terms of animation, like because there's not a lot of action, you won't see all of this like
Yeah,
amazing
despite
animation.
how
Like
dire their situations are, it's pretty comedic.
yeah, yeah,
Right. So
It's
get into
pretty
this for the
comedic.
story and not for the
Yes,
and
it is for the
visuals.
story. Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
like they would spend like 5 episodes just to collect a compound of a material that they need. Like let's say like this guy, he wants to make like a bomb, right? Then there will be
Mhm.
like 5 episodes just for like the journey and the explanation of how he's gonna get the bomb and collecting the materials and stuff like that. Like that's how intricate the science is. Like it really shows you how humanity would have collected all of these materials and how long it took. It's like very lifelike, I guess.
Right. All right. This sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it is
So-
really interesting.
What do we have
Yeah.
left?
And the last one is Mob Psycho 100. So Minza hasn't seen this, but Hannan and me have, right? Hannan, you have, right?
I have, but I barely remember it.
Okay.
But
Mob
I
Psycho,
can say it's really good though.
yeah. Mob
It's similar
Psycho
to One Punch
100.
Man.
Yeah, it's from the same creator.
Mm-hmm.
The same creator of One Punch Man made Mob Psycho 100. And out of all of this, I would say because of its art style and how high quality the animation is. But Mob Psycho is truly like what animation, like if you were to take something and over animate it, that's what Mob Psycho would be. It's that good to look at. The fights in the show are insane. It's actually insane. Mob Psycho is about a boy. His name is Kageyama Shigeo, or he's known as Mob. And then he basically has psychic powers that other humans don't have. So he can exercise ghosts, he can see them, and it's not a horror anime, it's more of like an action anime. Like,
Right.
he's
That fits with
basically
like the
how-
nice visuals.
Yeah, so the thing about this is like it's like a complete, because it's from the same creator of One Punch Man, whereas One Punch Man was like this be all end all god of a human being that he's so powerful he destroys everything in one punch. But Mob Psycho, he's like insanely powerful, but he's not as powerful as One Punch Man. And whereas One Punch Man was focusing more on physical strength, Mob Psycho is the spiritual aspect of it. So he's not strong physically, but in the sense of being like a psychic, he's insane.
Sounds like it has potential to be like a really dark anime if it wanted to.
Yeah, it does go like the character development. The one thing that Mob Psycho has is character development, whereas One Punch Man just doesn't have that. What Mob Psycho does is it takes the characters and then it develops them, whereas One Punch Man it adds more characters. So that's the difference between the two. Because the main character in One Punch Man, Saitama, is just such a boring, like objectively, he's just a boring character. But they made him incredibly fun by having the other cast of characters around him. But Mob Psycho is different. Mob Psycho is got that character development. And out of all of these shows, if you're looking for comedy, Mob Psycho does it well. Like, it's better than any other show on the list in terms of comedy. I would say. Even better than One Punch Man and comedy.
Right.
So what do you think?
Okay, I mean,
Okay. How about like this? Okay, so each one of us, we give what we, like a recommendation to Richmond of like what we think he should watch first.
Like
So
based
Hannan, you go
on the-
first. Yes, based on the
the
list.
topic?
Yeah, based on whatever we've said.
Oh shit. Wait. Is it okay to cuss? I
Why?
said. Wait. Oh wait.
Why?
yeah,
don't
I
like-
think we could. We'll just change it to explicit for this episode.
Oh shoot. Sorry. Okay. So like, I'm not gonna lie. Out of these examples, I would probably suggest something else that isn't in this list. But if we're
Uh,
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
but if we're talking about like what's on this list,
you're just Omega Brain in anime, that's why we shortened it down to just
exactly,
this
I have
list.
like a million in my head right now, and I'm like, I want to suggest all of them.
Yeah,
Okay,
but choose
mean,
one. I
like-
know it's hard.
You could just like send me a
What
list
do you
after like this episode, and I could like come back to it whenever I need a new anime to watch.
Yeah.
yes. Okay, first of all, you should watch Boku no Pico.
Oh, shit.
Okay, the name sounds like I've heard of it, but what's it about?
Oh no.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
about
no.
No,
it's
that's
about
just
this cute
that's just-
blonde girl. Yeah, there's like ice cream, like it's very like OG, If there was a fun,
okay. Hannan, from the list. Hannan, from the list. No, don't troll it.
Boku no Pico is a joke.
God damn it.
more
It's a
of
joke.
and a horrible question.
It's a
It's a
joke.
joke. Please don't watch it.
Right, okay, I'll take your word for
I
it.
would not
Did
recommend
we
it to
start for
anyone in
life?
my life.
Don't watch it.
I won't recommend it to anybody in my life.
like from the list,
So
I
out of the list, yeah.
personally would suggest Attack on Titan, just based on like the quality of everything and how the newest season is gonna be out soon.
Yeah.
It's very
yeah.
hype,
Okay.
and I feel like it would be a very well-rounded first experience. It might be confusing, but it's still very good. But if we're like basing it off like what he likes the most, I would probably suggest Dr. Stone, because I feel like he would enjoy that, and it's not that long.
How about Bingza?
Well, I personally say I would recommend Dr. Stone, seeing as how Rishwan is a bit of a nerd himself. I think he could pretty
Right,
much
this
relate
podcast is
to
more really about
every-
my personality than I thought.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I think you're more suited to watching Doctor Stone as a first, because there's a lot of scientific stuff that we probably won't know, but I guess you could get it.
For me, I
Yeah.
think what I would say is like it's a tie between three of them. It's either like actually all of them are really good. Like you should watch all of them, but for
Yeah.
which one that you want to watch first, I feel like because season 4 of Attack on Titan is so near, and you have 2 weeks to finish 60 episodes of the previous season.
Right, good
seasons.
luck.
So I feel like Attack on Titan, like Dr. Stone would be a really good suit because it's more scientific, I guess. But I feel like if you really want to like enjoy anime, it should be Attack on Titan, because that's what anime is about. Like if you're watching Dr. Stone, you might get bored because not everyone will like that show. Like it's story driven, yes, but it's not like a plot twisting kind of story. Like the premise is so well explored that it's just like it doesn't expand so far. Whereas Attack on Titan, you're going in blind, like completely blind. You just don't know anything about it, and I think that's a really good thing, a good place to start, because that's truly writing, animation, like literally everything. Even the sound design, the soundtrack is amazing. It's iconic. Attack on Titan's soundtrack
Oh
is,
yeah,
yeah,
so
it
hype.
really revolutionized the anime as a whole. So I feel like, and you have, and season 4 is near, and that's the final season, by the way. Season 4 is the final season
Oh wow.
of Attack on Titan. Yeah. That's why it's so hype. So if you really want to get into anime and you want to get into it now, I feel like Attack on Titan has to be like the #1 priority.
I
So
mean,
would
it
say
makes
Attack on
sense. Like from what you guys have told me, if I want to
Yeah.
get the definitive anime experience, I would
Yeah.
should watch Attack on Titan. But I
Yeah,
guess Doctor
exactly.
Stone is like maybe the next thing I would go to, because like if that's something that I would enjoy, yes, I would definitely want to watch that. But I feel I need to get into the anime sphere, so to speak. So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I would start with Attack on Titan, seeing as I have to catch up to the 4th season really quickly.
Yeah.
I guess a few days of binging might help.
A lot of hype around Attack on Titan. So the final decision has been made. Thanks everyone for listening, and tune in next time where we explore more anime with Hannan. Thank you, Hannan, for coming on.
No problem. I'd be glad
Right.
to like come back just to talk about anime.
Yeah, we'll have her on in other episodes. Okay. Until then, this has been the Uncultured podcast. Thank you for listening.